Rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it's told.
What?
Rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it's told.
Yeah, about the lotion thing. I'm just here to film the show. I'm Colt from Cycling Dirt. Who's number one?
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
Here. Is this good? Is this good? All right. Who's number one? All right, guys, welcome back. Week number 7. Who's number one? Let's get right down to business. We learned a very important lesson last weekend, and that is the number of views your show gets is directly correlated to the number of Adam Meyerson jokes you have per episode. So, with no further ado, what is the only thing larger than Adam Meyerson's ego? Seriously? I was gonna say his earlobes. Moving on. Last weekend, some big races all across the country. We had Seattle Cyclocross Series. Last week's Jump of the Week, Steve Fisher taking the win there. We had Cross Crusade. We had New Jersey UCI races with some first-time winners there. And of course, the big show this weekend in Boulder, Colorado, the Colorado Cyclocross Classic, the Boulder Cup on Sunday. Maybe one of the best courses we've seen all year, maybe the best racing we've seen all year, both men and women. Take a look down below, some great links to the coverages there. Check that out. Now, your women's rankings this week. That's right, guys, we're kicking things off with the drop of the week. This rider goes from inside the top 10 last week to outside the top 20. It's Laura Van Gilder. Not a bad weekend by anyone else's standards. Second place both days in New Jersey, but this is a rider we're looking at to be podium, top 5 at the USGP, make the world's team. And if you can't win your local race, I'm just saying. That's right, your jump of the week this time coming from all the way off the rankings, all the way outside of the country. It's the Frenchwoman, the new Frenchwoman, Julie Kresniak. Well, here, I'll let her introduce herself.
Hello, Julie Krasniak. I ride for Rafa Focus team.
And you're from France?
Yes.
The new Rafa Focus rider here in the US, all the way through the Bend USGP. She's going to be doing big things here stateside. Look for her near you on a podium sometime soon. Number 4 and number 3 this week. Carolyn Montes, the other French woman, and Georgia Gould. Some great battles in Boulder this week. Carolyn takes day 1. Georgia takes day 2. Check out that women's race footage. It was awesome. And finally, your number 1 rider in the United States, in North America for the women, it's Katie Compton. She takes both days in Colorado. She's going to be here now in the US for the next couple of weeks, going to Cincinnati, going to Louisville. Look for her, the number 1 rider, to be killing it here in the United States. Guys, I'd like to just stop for a second here, get serious with you again, and extend an apology. I know we've been pretty tough on some of the top riders in New England, Adam Meyerson, Justin Lundeen, Tim Johnson. Even Tim Johnson's mom has written in to express her displeasure with our treatment of her son. I'd like to take this moment now and talk directly to you, Claudia. That's Tim's mom. I'm exceptionally sorry for what we said about Tim. So we're done, we're done picking on the top dogs. That brings us to our new segment this week, Elite Riders Who Need to Start Racing Masters. This week's featured rider, 38 years old, going on 50, it's Matt O'Keefe, the Cannondale Cyclocross World Rider. Some of you might know him from his 84th place finish at the 2006 Fitchburg Classic, but most of you don't really know him at all. If it's good enough for Johnny Bold and Kevin Hines, even Pete Weber, I'm just saying, Gramps, there's room for you. All right, your men's rankings this week. Kicking things off, just squeaking inside the top 20, it's the Lundeen of the Rockies, Alan Krugoff. Great ride in Colorado. Number 12 this week, the Canadian, Chris Shepard, wins the Cross Crusade. It's a big weekend coming up for the Canadians, the national championships. We got Mark Batty, Craig Ritchie, Shepard, probably the favorite there. Kabush won't be there, and I quote, "I've won that too many times to care anymore." Inside the top 10 this week, 2 Colorado riders just making the cut. The mountain biker JHK number 10 and Danny Summerhill number 9 back to cyclocross, just killing it out in Boulder. He's maybe 5-10% away from finishing on the podium. Number 7 this week, holy Wisconsin, Tristan Schoten. Where did this guy come from? He works Saturday night till 11 p.m., flies into Boulder Sunday morning for the C1 there. Next thing you know, he's attacking off the front, outsprints Todd Wells for a place inside the top 5. Look for him to kill it this weekend at the Iceman Challenge. Number 5 and number 4 this weekend, Jeff Kabush and Tim Johnson. Both of these guys just riding possessed on Sunday in Boulder. Jeff Kabush riding for a job. Tim Johnson riding to get his first win. Guys, Tim Johnson is almost back, although some of you out there still not feeling the love.
He's showing fine form.
He's number 1 in the winless category.
Number 3 this week, that's where you guys know what that sound means. The jump of the week, it's the big bad Belgian, Ben Burton, just busting onto the scene, bashing people's balls at Boulder, taking his first big win of the season, moving on. And your number 1 ranked rider in the country this week, guys, a lot of talk back and forth. Even Ben Bairden on Facebook yesterday said that Ryan Trebone should be the number 1 ranked rider, but then as the guy who just beat Ryan Trebone, I'd also like to think he's the best. But unfortunately, it's for exactly that reason that we're going to give Ryan the number 2 spot. If he had won both days in Boulder, no question. But unfortunately, he goes out, loses on Sunday. That's why we're going to give it to still the number 1 rider in North America this week, Jeremy Powers. Now this weekend in Cincinnati, it's going to be huge. The heavyweight title is on the line. The top 4 guys all going to be there. Johnson, Burton, Trebone, and Powers 3 days in a row, back to back to back. It's going to be insane. We're also going to be in Massachusetts, the Cyclosmart International. We'll have coverage from there. Todd Wells is going down to Laruda. We'll have video from there. And I'm going up to Traverse City, Michigan for the Iceman Cometh. 4,000 people. Tristan Schouten, Brian Matter, a bunch of mountain bikers. It's going to be sick. We'll see you guys next week. Go ahead, smack that like button. Show us you care. It really makes me feel good, guys. And I heard a rumor out there that if we get 300 likes this week, Tim Johnson will win a race in Cincinnati. So it's up to you guys. We'll see you next week.